Ever wonder why we're so obsessed with waiting for the right time to actually live? Spoiler alert, there isn't one. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a timeline that stretches back 4.5 billion years. Now zoom in on the last 100 years. See that tiny flicker? That's every single moment you'll ever experience. Here's the part nobody likes to talk about. The universe existed for an incomprehensible stretch before your first breath, and it'll keep spinning long after your last. You're not the main character in some cosmic story. You're a brief, brilliant spark. So why do we act like we've got infinite retries? Why do we postpone dreams, delay adventures, and stockpile experiences for some magical future version of ourselves? It's the strangest gamble in human history. Picture yourself at 25, thinking you'll travel the world at 65. At 30, convincing yourself you'll write that novel when you retire. At 40, promising you'll chase that wild idea once the kids are grown. See the pattern? The irony is suffocating. We treat our lives like rough drafts, like there's a final, polished version waiting in the wings. But there's no dress rehearsal, no second take, no director's cut. Let's do some uncomfortable math here. If you live to 80, that's roughly 29,000 days. Subtract the years you've already burned through. Now subtract sleep, work, obligations. What's left is smaller than you think. The world doesn't pause for your epiphanies. It was grinding through ice ages and mass extinctions before your ancestors existed. It'll be here, indifferent and spinning, billions of years after your great-great-grandchildren are forgotten. Here's where it gets darker. Every day you wait is a day that vanishes into the void. You can't bank time, can't save moments for later, can't earn interest on postponed joy. Think about the greatest hits of your life so far, the moments that actually mattered. How many of them came from careful planning versus just showing up and saying yes? Exactly. We've invented this bizarre narrative where wisdom comes with age, and therefore living comes later. But wisdom without time to use it is just a fancy word for regret. Ask anyone in their 80s what they wish they'd done differently. Spoiler, nobody says they wish they'd waited longer. The universe is not impressed by your 5-year plan. It doesn't care about your retirement account or your perfectly curated future. It's gonna keep expanding, stars will keep dying, galaxies will keep colliding, with or without you. Now imagine you're on your deathbed, scrolling through the highlight reel of your life. What do you see? A compilation of almosts, maybes, and next years? Or actual memories of actually living? The cruel joke is that we somehow convinced ourselves that playing it safe is the smart move, that waiting is wisdom, that someday is a real place on the calendar. But here's the thing about someday, it never actually arrives. It's always just out of reach, always one more promotion away, one more milestone down the road. It's the world's most successful con artist. You want to know what's really happening while you're waiting? The planet is completing another lap around the sun. Your cells are aging, your opportunities are narrowing, the window is closing. Consider this. Every single person who ever told themselves they'd do it later eventually ran out of laters. Every single one. The math is undefeated. We act as if caution is noble, as if restraint is virtuous. But what if the real tragedy isn't failing at your dreams? What if it's never even attempting them? The universe owes you nothing. It didn't consult you before the Big Bang, and it won't check in before the heat death. You're an accidental participant in a temporary show. So what's the alternative to waiting? Simple, really. You start treating your life like what it is, a non-renewable resource. You stop rehearsing and start performing. This isn't about being reckless or burning everything down. It's about recognizing that the voice telling you to wait is lying. There is no perfect moment. There's only now and now and now again. The world will forget you existed. Your name will fade. Your achievements will blur into history. That's not pessimism, that's physics. But the experiences you have, the life you actually live, those are real, even if temporary. Here's your choice, laid bare. You can keep waiting for permission from time itself, Or you can accept that this microscopic sliver of existence is your entire universe and start acting like it. The clock doesn't care about your excuses. The cosmos doesn't validate your fears. And that beautiful, terrible truth might be the most liberating thing you'll ever hear. Because once you realize this brief flash is all you get, suddenly every moment becomes precious. Every risk becomes worth taking. Every dream becomes urgent. Stop saving your life for later. Later is a myth we tell ourselves to feel better about today's inaction. The world kept spinning before you, and it'll keep spinning after. The only question is, what did you do with your blip?